Welcome back, everybody. I just had to take a deep breath. Um, Welcome back. Nice to see y'all. Nice to feel y'all. Whoever sees this video, this is daily dose food for your soul. Yeah, I'm tired today. Tired today. Had a long day yesterday. I didn't get home till about 6:37. Then I had to watch my grandbaby because my son was watching him first. And when I came in, he was slumped over on my son, sick, fever, and runny nose. And I'm like, son. So I'm dialing my son at work. What's going on? The baby been sick since last Friday. He was like, Mom, I called the doctor. They said, that what they say to him. He told me they said they didn't have no appointments. I said, check this out, son. You always do a walk-in, man. You either do a walk-in or just take him to the emergency room. But I've been giving him Motrin. I said, first of all, you're not supposed to be giving him Motrin every day like that. Secondly, when the kids have a fever and it continues, there's an infection somewhere, man. So you covering up what's there, but he was fine. No, he's only fine, son. In those 5 or 6 hours, he take that medication. Then when the shit wears off, you know what I'm saying? Then he goes back into this fever, runny nose, coughing, and everything, right? Okay, let me call my supervisor and tell him to get somebody, right? In the meantime, between time, because I was fasting all day, so it went on where I was only going to fast for 5 to 6 hours. I ended up fasting for 10 hours because I had to deal with the baby. Anyway, I had to put in some work. So what I did was I went in there and then I looked at his. I said, "What you bringing to eat?" And he's sitting up here with some Funyuns. Who want Funyuns and shit when you're sick? So what is this? So anyway, I had to go in there and I have these vapors. Matter of fact, here go the box. They call vapor shower soothing vapors. They like 3 tablets. These are like 3 tablets in here. So I have one left. So of course I wasn't about to put him in no shower. So I just put the tablet in a big pot of boiling water. When I got through with everybody was breathing. Literally, his nose stopped running. Okay, he slowed down on the coughing. Cool. Then I went in there and got my platter that I had for the week. Because I got a spinach platter where it already had the strawberries trimmed and shit and already cut up, right? So I had about 15, 16 strawberries left. So I said, let me see if I can get this baby to eat, right? Because he's 3. So I went over to the couch, bought the tray there and shit, and had the blueberries and had the strawberries. He tore all them strawberries up. Yeah, he did. So as he was eating the strawberries, I cut up some lemons because I had some organic lemons. And I cut up some lemons. I had some pure honey and some water, alkaline water, actually. And what I did was I made that and slushed it up in a big little, pitcher pit. And I slushed it up, right? He tore that up all through. Then I had some Marie Callender's like crispers. They like these crispers you put on a salad. I had about a half a bag of that left. He just tore my whole lunch up for the week, so I have to go back. Which I don't have a problem with that because the baby needed to eat. So anyway, then after vapor was going, then because I didn't want to give him no more Motrin, so I just wanted to kind of feed that fever. So then I got my a bucket of water and just cool like you about to put him in a tub of water to cool down that fever, and I put his feet in it. Because he 3, he loves water anyway. He autistic, so he loves water anyway. So that was easy to do. So I let him go on and sit his feet in the water. But make a long story short, he came alive for 5 hours, got off the couch, moving around and everything else. So he had came alive at that point. And so what I decided to do, I'm going to have to start fixing little small lunches and stuff for my grandbaby and sending it over there, letting him put it in the freezer and shit. Because then when he had those grits, I had also made him some grits, which he ain't never had, and put a little chicken broth to it. You understand what I'm saying? He tore that up. What you talking about? I went through so many pull-ups, it was ridiculous. And I just wanted to keep him hydrated. I told Granny know what to do. They don't know how to take care of no babies around here. But anyway, let's get to this real quick, you guys. Yeah, so I'm tired. Yeah, because my son didn't come get him till The man said he was sending somebody he never did, so my son didn't come get him until he didn't get here till like 2 o'clock, and so I had to stay up with him and everything because everything started to wear off at this time and everything. And but anyway, so let's get to this real quick. Yeah, also putting down the cigars next week too. I'm putting them suckers down next week. Yes, I gotta put them down. So they next. But anyway, so let's get to it. So let's talk about the dark side tactics. Um, the dark side tactics, the thing that they're doing in this energy and the twin flame battles. Okay, I'm gonna read an insert. So this is our twin flame battle insert. Okay, it says long ago a great celestial error occurred when quite unexpectedly a third of the angelic legions led by Lucifer, the bright shining star, split from the angels in service to Source. Okay, Lucifer angels, the fallen angels, then went forth as powerful creator beings and created many realms and realities. Okay, and took jurisdiction over existing worlds such as Earth. Okay, this is an attempt to... I gotta call you back. I let it ring. Okay, powerful beings created being realms and realities, or took jurisdiction over existing worlds such as Earth. This is an attempt to limit the impact of evil and its capacity to rapidly spread. Sections of the lesser universe were quarantined. A section that included many galaxies and solar systems such as Sol, and the planet Earth. The quarantine was necessary so that evil could be contained and Source could observe the experiment of absolute free will. Okay, let's talk about free will. Absolute free will. It's almost like a puzzle. You got to know what's free will, and you got to know what's willed. Do you understand? You got to know what's free will, and you got to know what's willed. Okay. So the spiritual land map and the spiritual game is all about your discernment, and it's all about your discernment. It's all about your choices, because Father is not gonna make you do anything. He's not. It's your choice if you want to stay in a certain relationship. He's not gonna make you leave that relationship. That's what you chose. Okay. Does he like it? Is he gonna like it? No, but that's what you chose. So the dark tactics will use relationships, and you really in situationships and ships. That's one of the dark tactics. Tactics is man and woman in relationships. So many people fall down and mentally break down over relationships. It's a tactic. It's a very smart tactic, and you see it every day with our women folk. See it in our men folk. Do you understand what I'm saying? So those are one of the tactics. So like I tell you, this is your body case. I call it the body bag, body case. This is this is your body case. It's nothing but a case. That's all it is. There's no such thing as fucking death. You got to wrap your head around it. When the case is gone, your energy, your soul is somewhere else. You moving on. It's hard for people to wrap their head around that. It really is. Yeah, you have to really dig deep and look deep. You know what I'm saying? And stop taking a peep at the end of the day. But I want to say this real quick before we get back to this. Have you noticed a lot of celebrities is getting their education? Peep the way everybody moving. A lot of celebrities. Angela Bassett just got her doctorate. Kim Kardashian talking about going back to school being a lawyer, or she in school for being a lawyer. Have you noticed? Pay attention to the way the energies are moving. A lot of the celebrities, some people will ask themselves, why they going to go get the degrees when they already got money, they already got a career. You understand what I'm saying? So you guys watch those moves, because a lot of people is back in school, and I notice a lot of celebrities is getting, because they know what's about to happen and what's going to go on in the near future. They know, right? They timing out. right? So they're gonna do something that's good for them. But anyway, so the dark tactics, they relationships is one of the ways to use people to break them down. Yeah, because in order to break down your a being or a you got to start with your mind. It has to mentally, so they try to evoke or provoke some type of emotional, okay, energy from you, right? So that's one insert. So free will, you have to watch their free will. So the dark side is ever alert for remarkable babies. So the dark side tactics, they keep alert for remarkable babies, sending energies to investigate them just as soon as it detects a phenomenal baby about to be born. All right. Though each of these souls were remarkable in their own right, they must appear especially ordinary, least they put their mission at risk. Because these babies would put their missions at risk. So these babies that they get on their radar, that Lucifer sent his representatives out to hunt out, okay? So what they'll do is they'll get them hooked up with prostitution, get them hooked up in sex trafficking, they get them hooked up in drug and shit, stealing, killing, okay? I keep telling y'all, those people that you see like that on the corners, because every state has 110th Street, right? Every state has 110th Street. When people see on the corners and lost their way, they have been intercepted, trust me, because if they was awakened, right? If they was awakened, then they're going to put Lucifer and the fallen legions and their angels mission in jeopardy. Okay, that's what the hell it means. The people you find that have the hardest time in life, with family, addictions, and their restrictions, all kind of shit. People on the street, those are soldiers. Don't get it twisted. They got to keep them sleep to keep them weak. Okay, so they will send representatives to detect these wonderful kids. Do you understand? Okay. Orbs. What did it say about orbs? So Jonathan materialized next to a translat mob stream that would its way along a simple stone path fringed with delicate star-shaped rainbow flowers. The starship still docked far above the orbit as the passenger descended. Okay, so let's read another insert. Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. Yes. Let's see. So we did the long ago. Okay, so once Jonathan entered a meditative state, almost like a background mantra came to call again in his heart. In his heart, listen good. His decision was already made, but this decision was not his alone. Jonathan turned into the heart of Ethriel. Estoril was his twin flame. Though she was a formless essence, he had only turned his attention toward her, and there she was, present in his heart, surrounding him in a great cloud of warmth and love. His chest shuddered with the energetic connection, and his 12 chakras burnt bright as their love flowed back and forth between the two dimensions. There was no need for words at this level of consciousness. The images and the feeling flowed back and forth in less than a moment. It was decided Jonathan would answer the call. And Esther would accompany him. There were several ways to enter into Earth's matrix of birth and death and rebirth. Okay, if a being held in a third or fourth dimension form physically traveled to Earth, and then participation alongside Earth populations until death of the lower body was an accepted protocol, permitting the soul to merge into the Earth life wave of souls in karma. Only on other occasions, a fourth dimensional being desiring to speed up the process might begin negotiating with a soul in the third dimension embodiment, and following a careful constructed near-death experience of the human body, swap places with the soul of the person who monetarily died. Such a being was known as a walk-in. That's where you get the walk-ins from. Okay. All right. Such a being was known as a walk-in. So there's a such thing as walk-ins. Desiring to speed up the process may negotiate with a soul in the third dimension to embodiment, and following a carefully constructed near-death experience of the human body, they swap places with the soul, okay, of the person who monetarily died. But this person has to agree for you to do that, for a walk-in to do that. Such as a being was known as the walk-in, for they simply walk in and take up residence in the body, Fifth dimensional beings were required to step down their vibration, usually from a suitable launching site, such as the planet Venus, before being able to descend directly into third dimensional fetus. If a being had already ascended to the sixth dimension, they effectively had free passage anywhere in the multi-universe and could visit any planet simply through the power of intention and will, right? But could not interfere directly, but but could not interfere directly unless they gave up their sovereign powers and incarnated like the rest of the souls on Earth. This they too were required to step their vibration down via the gateway of Venus if they had decided to take a human embodiment. All right. I'm getting a song right now that I haven't heard in a long ass time. I'm getting a song I haven't heard in a long time. It's from the Taverns. Let me see if I can hum it real quick. Wait a minute. I haven't heard this and it just popped up as I was reading it. Here's a penny for your thoughts, a nickel for a kiss. Darling, tell me if you love me, a penny for your thoughts, a nickel for a kiss. Darling, tell me if you love me, a penny for your thoughts, a nickel for your kiss. That's by the Taverns. Yeah, I haven't heard that in a while. When I get up, I'm going to have to play that. Penny for your thoughts. And then it goes, if I had a crystal ball, if I could see into your mind. Hey, here's a, oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Let me get started. Let me see here. Okay. So listen. Okay, we're talking about, okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Okay, preparing to descend to Earth from Venus. The fifth planet of Southern System, known as the Bana, was making excellent progress on its ascension path. So Jana, having passed earlier tests and graduated to the sixth dimension. Now listen good. Have passed earlier tests and graduated to the sixth dimension. That's what it's about. Passing them tests and graduating to your dimensions. The dimension where the united consciousness of Christ begins had now descended, taking form again in a name to assist with the final stages of this planet transition. He was in constant contact with his beloved twin flame counterpart, who had remained in the higher spheres to assist him. Whenever assistance may be required in an earlier life, they had taken the form as Civilian and Esther in future lives. They would take other forms. It was not always the way for a twin flame couple to incarnate onto the same plane at the same time. Indeed, for some arenas of soul development, the planetary consciousness was so dense that the highest powers required one aspect of the twin flame energy to incarnate. Okay? With the other staying in the higher realms to act as a safety cord. Let's get this straight. At least the incarnated twin flame soul, if the incarnated twin flame soul lost its way, they got the other one in the spheres with the energetic cord. If this happened, the non-incarnated twin flame would always act as a homing beacon to call, pull, and guide the other half home. Okay, on the planet Bono. However, there was a negligent risk of such a scenario. Jana had come because the planetary hierarchy had requested additional masculine will force to balance the divine feminine energies that the planet was being bathed in. The divine masculine is a protective force, among other things, that can rally courage and courage is generally in short supply as the planets and their inhabitants approach significant transitional moments. Now, it seemed the plan had changed as to his involvement in ascension of this planet. The Seven of Swords, the grand collective council representing seven cosmic consciousness within the local universe, has summoned all who could come, all who would come to help resolve a historically insurmountable problem on the planet which on the planet with much greater need. The planet was Earth in the Sol system. Okay. We're going to read that again about the twin flames. Okay. So we got one twin flame that would come down first. consciously. The other one stay in the hierarchies because of the cord. Because if the twin flame get lost, that person would pull him and guide them home. So twin flames, they don't. There's no such thing as a masculine losing his position or his disposition. If you're a twin flame and you lose your way, this is why there's the other half, present or not, that's maybe in physical form or could be in the higher forms, and there's always gonna be that beacon of light to guide you halfway home. Okay, said halfway home, right? Okay, the divine masculine is supposed to be a protective force among other beings that can rally courage, and courage is generally in short supply. So you don't have a lot of people that rally courage. Is what it's saying. It's in very short supply. A lot of people don't speak on people being courage in the spiritual sense, not courage as far as going to school or finishing your practice or anything material outside yourself. We're talking about inside yourself shit. You see what I'm saying? People like to band-aid shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. They like the band-aid shit. Your chakra system has to be balanced and has to start glowing. Okay, that's the important part. Never force your chakras to open, but people are tending to forget your chakras have to be balanced the hell out and challenged out. Period. Okay, they have to be balanced and challenged out. They just have to. All right. Okay. So like I said long ago, a great celestial era occurred when it quite unexpectedly. See, this was unexpectedly a third of the Angelina legions led by Lucifer. Like I said, the bright shining star split from the angels in service to source. So you got to remember the Draconians and the Reptilians are working with Lucifer. Okay. It's about that energy. Okay. Like I said, they keep an eye on remarkable babies. Everybody's remarkable, like I said, in their own right. But they keep an eye on babies that's going to put their mission at risk. Okay. Right? And it says right here, on the other time, Marcus continued. Yes, my name is Marcus continued. Marcus bound deeply in reverence to one who achieved Christ consciousness. From here on in, I will ask you to walk everywhere at this will help in the process of descent into the dense three-dimensional reality Earth. I will remain your guide and servant while you are here training on Venus, and even when you are on Earth, though it will be thousands of Earth years before you remember me and how to contact me. Still, I will ever watch over you from this realm and give you a nudge here and there where permitted by the rules. He impression upon Jonah's mind with a wink. Okay, everything is about the mind. Okay, everything getting in contact with other beings is in your mind. So this is why they want to keep your mind on the mind, keep your shit shifted and not gifted. And this is what happened. This is why I keep telling you, you have to rest that mind. You have to get up. You have to shift all that stuff out your mind. This is how you get in contact with other things and your beings. It's through your mind. So you have to clear it out, right? I just want to read a little insert about that. These are dark side tactics. The only tactic they use to get you is your mind. All right? Let's see here. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many and so few. So due to the work of many vigilant souls and higher dimensional energies, of which two have occupied the primary focus of the story so far, the number of souls qualifying for ascension from the Satis and Sagittarius systems was both gratifying and pleasing to those forces watching the Palistic and Lenora drama. We got Celaville and Estoril blended at the point of ascension, merging back into the sixth-dimensional realm of the cosmic Christ. As such, they became part of a vast collective consciousness of enlightenment where all beings connect to their oneness and yet retain their uniquely individuality. This Centerville and Estoril, who no longer required names to identify their individual personalities, were able to function as a separate consciousness if they choose to, right? While it's being able to simultaneously access all that was and is occurring within the greater collective of souls. It was like being an independent drop of water within a vast ocean that was simultaneously to drop in the ocean at the same time. Okay, the souls in their new state of expanded awareness settled into a deep meditative state to absorb and integrate multiverse of knowing. From this state of central perfection, they were able to bring into their consciousness all the dramas in play upon the multitude of planets within their solar systems, within the galaxies, and each to the dimensions below them, and direct love, wisdom, and will force where and when they were needed. Okay. direct love and wisdom and will force where and when they were needed. Now, this was not the end of the journey for these souls. Indeed, it was just the beginning of the next chapter for many of them. For the heights of consciousness on the return planet to complete unification with Source are ever ascending. That's our job, is to complete unification with Source is ever ascending. You see how Father works? If your ass don't get it right the first time, you die before you get it right. You got to come back. You're gonna keep coming back till you get it right. It's just that simple. The key, you guys, is to know before you close your eyes to death, since we got all this death on the internet right now, before you close your eyes, know who you are. Your job is not to go back to sleep. It's all about your consciousness. Know this, okay? Seriously. There's no such thing as death. It took me a while to wrap my head around it, but it's no such thing. This is a body case in a case. Literally, it is. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna read y'all one more insert and let you guys go. Okay, so like right here. So within, okay, let me see. Yeah, okay, we're going to talk about these draconians real quick. Give you another, I read it before, I'm going to read it again. Yet what was known was discussed at length. Essentially, the entire third and fourth dimensions were infected with the era of evil or service to self. The original antagonists were the fallen angels. Massively powerful creator beings that were now cut off from source. They were cut off from the Father of all life, and thus had to derive their energy source through other means. See, Father cut them off his energy, so they have to get that heavenly energy from somewhere else. So such as a divine sparks that resided in every human heart. Once again, the divine spark is in your heart. Your divine spark is in your heart. I told you, you have to spark. You find your spark in the dark. It's in your heart. So why you think you are presented with so many cables and labels and tables and obstacles? It's the heart in your heart. Okay? Because that's where your divine spark starts, in your heart. Right? Okay, so we got that part straight. Now check this out. So these suckers had to harvest and get their energy source from somewhere. So since they know Father put a single spark in every human being in their heart, everybody has a single spark of divine power in their heart. Everybody does. Okay? Give a damn who you is. Like I said. Now listen. Okay, so since they knew that in every heart, it was originally hoped that when Source placed a quarantine around the infected region, that the beings having been cut off from their link to Source, Father thought since their ass was cut off, you know what I'm saying, it would weaken and succumb as they lost their power. So that's what Father was saying. Even though it was particularly cunning and found a way, so they were particularly cunning and found a way to harvest the energy for individual souls. As each soul still carried within is a single spark of divine power. Energy harvest across the collective of the human species proved to be more than enough to sustain the fallen angels and provide them with significant energy to repel the angelic forces of light that's coming for their ass, right? That were originally sent to capture their ass, because it cloaks them and hides them. And, okay, as well, the energy provided them with immortality for as long as souls kept incarnating on earth plane. As long as we keep incarnating on the earth plane, because we can't get it right. So if you can't get it right, we're going to do death and rebirth shit. An energetic source remained available to be harvested and distributed and consumed. We're going to leave it right there. Yeah. They feed off you. So when people have grudges, when people wish ill will on people, laugh at other people's downfalls, and all that stuff, all you doing is connecting with the demonic forces, and all they doing is feeding you. They feeding off you. They harvesting your shit. Yeah. Yep. As long as we keep rebirthing and coming to planet Earth, they're able to harvest the energy. So what happens is the forces of light that's supposed to be getting with them, it kind of cloaks them. So they're cloaked in that energy, right? Basically, they're able to hide. But anyway, that's enough of that. I just want to give y'all that, a little tip tap. Some of the things that's going on, y'all can get an understanding. It's about your mind. Like I say, your thoughts will get you caught and get you bought. Your thoughts, your words are very powerful at this time. Your thoughts will get you caught and get you bought. It will shape your energy, shift your energy. Your thoughts will shift your energy. I'm telling you. So when people are being, it starts in your heart. So you got to look in that heart chakra box. Look at the shadow side, the dead side, and what the wounds is, and put them shit in tunes and balance that shit out so you can build your divine spark. Everybody has a spark. Everybody has divine power. Everybody. It just depends if you recognize it or not, if you're going to exercise it or not. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. All right, you guys, I got to go because I think I'm going to get down here and try to take me a nap or something because I am tired. But I just had to come on real quick. Y'all have a lovely day. All right? Have a good one.